Check out new episodes of Hey Homies every Thursday on your favorite podcast app, and catch up with older episodes on our YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to Season 3 of Hey Homies, the number one Aquabats podcast in the universe. I'm your host, Luke.
Hey, what's up? It's Joe.
And like I said, we made it. It's Season 3. We've been celebrating the end of Season 2 the last 5 episodes, but now we're actually in Season 3 for the next 14 weeks. Wait,
just a little bit of time.
I swear we're excited. I'm very excited. I love this album. It's my favorite Aquabats album. And that album that we're going to discuss is the 1999 release, The Aquabats versus the Floating Eye of Death and Other Amazing Adventures Volume 1, because they didn't have a long enough title with Fury of the Aquabats.
No.
And it will be the last time I call it that. I always just call it Floating Eye or Floating Eye of Death. I'm not going to keep saying Other Amazing Adventures Volume 1. It's a good album, but I don't need the whole title.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you just call it FIAD. You know, that's what all of us insiders call it. Like Luke said, this album came out in 1999, October 26th of 1999 to be exact, on Golden Voice Records. It also sported a brand new sound for the band and a little bit different lineup than fans had been used to from the Fury album. So
yeah, the lineup didn't change a ton. I remember when this album came out. That's I think we've established pretty well over the last 40-ish episodes that I've been a fan for a long time. I've mentioned the fact I was at this tour when they came through Chicago. So it wasn't a huge change, but they did replace their drummer. That was a big shock to most of us. It was one of those things for what punk rock drama we had back in the 90s, it's a big deal that Travis left to go to Blink and we got Dr. Rock instead. So I'm going to do this like I've done one other time on the second album. On Fury.
Yeah, because the first season you read it every week.
I did. Did I do every week? I thought I
almost. Almost. You stopped maybe.
Times.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this one time, and then we're not going to do it again. So here's the lineup for Floating Eye of Death. The MC Bat Commander. He was the leader, did vocals, and Flaming Windbag. Crash McLarson. Bass, vocals, destruction, and construction. What I like about that, as an aside, is that they started adding some more of their own personalities into this. Catboy, trumpet, vocals, super lipped, and pessimister. The Robot. So he lost Jaime.
Yeah.
Hasn't gone to Jimmy. He's just the Robot. Woodwinds, vocals, missiles, and computation. Exactly what the Robot does.
That sounds like his Super Show character.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of got more into his Super Show personality than anybody else did this early. The Mysterious Q. Maestro, guitar, levitation, and escapist. Prince Adam, our buddy, gave us a lot of compliments on his episode. Flying harpsichord, trumpet, and teleportation. Chainsaw karate. So he wasn't a prince, just chainsaw karate. Viking guitar, weaponry, and cutlery. Dr. Rock, drums, TR-505, physicist, and personality.
A TR-505 is a calculator, isn't it? Isn't that a Texas Instruments calculator?
That would be a TI.
Oh.
I don't know. I should have Googled that.
I know, me too. I thought about it earlier.
Behind the scenes, right now I'm Googling really quickly.
Hey, we need hold music right here.
It's a rhythm composer. So it's a drum machine, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's all those fun little drum machine sounds that we could talk about during the song.
That's cool. Okay. Good job, Dr. Rock.
So there were also some team members. That's what they called them, additional team members. Our buddy Ben the Brain, DJ Seaghost, the Pig Bat, our other buddy, the Professor.
Oh, Mr. Parker?
Maybe. He's called the Professor on this. Tiki Tonga, Chief Captain Pat, or a.k.a. Pat Bat, and our man Tubes.
Tubes.
Yeah. All guys that hung out with the Bats all had something to do with this album, in some capacity.
We may have to track down Pat Bat.
I would like to do that.
He's very similar to Credo. He was a trombonist for a short amount of time. So,
yeah, I'd like to talk to any of those guys. If you hear this or anybody knows any of these guys, we'd love to hang out with them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Going.
Yep. So, like Luke said, Dr. Rock was the only real new addition. A couple names were altered, like Jaime losing his Jaime, and Chainsaw losing his Prince. And we have additional powers, like the Bat Commander is now a flaming windbag, apparently.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think they did a really good job of developing themselves as something other than a goofy ska band.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about how they changed their sound too. But like the characters, yeah, they had characters in Fury, but this feels like they were really developing what they were to kind of change into this new wave kind of sound.
It's mythos.
So now that we've got all of that out of the way, we can finally welcome our very patient guest. He's been on a lot, but it's also the first time I think he's been this patient, and I can see it on his face. He's been in both season 1 and 2. He's always around. He's always doing stuff for and with us, and it's awesome. I think I heard a little bird told me that this is his favorite Aquabats song. So please welcome back to the show, Don.
Yay!
Yay.
Oh, hi. Hey, what's happening? All right,
man. We bored Don and the audience to sleep.
It's a good little nap there. Nice.
Hey, you asked to be on this episode, and the first one always takes the longest.
Yeah, we got to go through all the introductions and all the obligatory album talk.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
All the deets.
Yep.
I think that's what the kids call them.
Oh, the kids. None of us are.
No, definitely not.
Luke's the youngest of this rat pack here.
Maybe chronologically.
Yeah.
Many other ways not.
No, you've seen some stuff.
It's all about the mileage.
It is. So like I said, this is my favorite Bats album, Don's favorite song. It starts and they're like, hey, we're not this kind of band anymore. We're doing this now. And I like it because as I've also told everybody, I'm a very heavy ska kid. Right now I'm wearing a Catbite hoodie because I love ska so much. But this was like, it did open up and you're like, yes, this is different.
Oh yeah. I mean, this said right off the bat, we are not ska anymore. I mean, there's some horns in it, but this was a complete departure from especially the last album, and then even more as far as Return goes. So yeah, I like it. I really enjoy this sound. This is more of the sound that they still play today. And thankfully, a little bit selfishly, they've been playing this song a lot more, and it makes me happy. So
I think with all the programming and all the stuff, all the triggered sounds, it's a little easier for them to play this kind of stuff now. I remember being in a band back in the late 90s, and it was really hard to do anything digital. Like, unless you had a big budget, which Golden Voice wasn't giving them a big budget for anything, those triggers cost money. When you want to have a drummer hit a trigger, that equipment costs money, and usually it's more expensive than like a drum head or a cymbal that you might break.
Yeah.
So I think it is easier from now with all the ways that technology has improved. It's easier to incorporate this stuff into your show.
Well, yeah, Ricky's got his little mixer thing that sits off to the side with his laptop.
Yeah, he's got all kind of, I love how Ricky does stuff. He's a man of many talents. Yeah, I like this song a whole lot.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Well, what I like, and you brought it up, they come straight out and they're like, we are not ska, but they didn't give up on a horn section. They still have that blasting brass right in your face to be like, it's what I think Five Iron Frenzy did. They went from being ska to rock with horns, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. But like you said later on, well, that was kind of more about the lyrics, but I mean, it's very superhero and very TV theme. It's got a very specific sound to it, and we'll get into that a little bit. Well, I think that's actually your next note, but where this was written for TV. This wasn't written to be an album song. So there's that too. But yeah, this song reminds me of like a big TV intro, outro. It could even be a movie song, but it doesn't sound like a typical like album song to me. I don't know. I'm rambling now.
What are your thoughts so far, Don?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I had no idea I listened to it so much. Thanks Spotify for pointing that out this last year. I think a lot of that had to deal with that Joe and I had got some real props from the In Color video. And to be obviously in the mood, I definitely listened to the first 3 songs. They really seem to work well off each other, kind of setting up like this kind of superhero story. And so while working on helmets and spinning power belts and whatnot, listen to Secrets Erased probably, I don't know, a few hundred times. And yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember how many times Spotify said you listened to it?
I don't know. I'd have to go back. It was a lot.
934. No.
It wouldn't surprise me if you remember the number. It was probably something like that. Yeah. Way more than I realized.
I've said this for the last 2 albums too. The Bats really know how to open an album.
Mm-hmm.
This has a lot of like, what I like is it doesn't start like super rad where it's all energy. Like this builds, and the phases of the song build into that thing that are like, I'm gonna go run through a wall. You don't run through a wall on the first note. You run through a wall at the last note, which is how it should be.
Yeah.
As you're through a wall, and then there's a whole 3-minute song still to go.
And then you're laying on the ground all bloody, going, I didn't even hear the song.
Yeah, if you're like a James Bond fan, or you like, I don't know, Spider-Man cartoons, X-Men cartoons, or any of those kind of movies, this is where it's at. This is exactly what you're looking for when you're getting pumped and you want to watch that action-packed movie. Boom, there it is, right in your face.
The Brass has that kind of TV superhero sound, like Don said, Spider-Man, or any of those like maybe 60s or 70s kind of shows.
Oh yeah, Batman for sure. You got
Wow, how many times have we brought that up on this show?
A bazillion times, yeah.
You just love Batman.
I can't help it. I do.
He loves that 60s Batman.
I do.
West. He likes his sexy cape and his cowl and his yellow belt. He's got a cool power belt, that Batman.
Yeah, he does.
A utility belt. And Joe's got a thing for the belts on the superheroes. The more chachis you got on your belt than you're a superhero, the cooler you are.
Yeah.
The whole reason Joe left San Diego and moved to Utah is because he tried shark repellent and it didn't work.
Yeah, I had my bat shark repellent and it didn't work. I almost got eaten hanging on a ladder on a helicopter like Adam West.
Yeah, now you go and he hunts for whales.
Exactly, out in the Salt Lake.
Yeah, out in the Salt Lake. Looks for the whales.
If anybody doesn't know, there
look it up.
There are whales in the Great Salt Lake.
So you can also hear...
And the great pause falls over the podcast.
Yeah.
Right, that it's off topic.
You can also hear the instrumental that this was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
We use it. We have blatantly stole it, so we're just waiting to be sued. We use it for our special guest episodes.
Yeah.
That's how good of a song it is just as an instrumental. I don't think we even discussed it. I just was like, I'm using this because it's so epic that's how we introduce these like mega stars to us. You know,
and
Crash was the first one, and I was like, what goes perfect with Crash? This song.
Yeah, and I think when that came up, you were like, hey, I think I'm going to use this, and I said something to the effect of, I think that was what I was going to say too, or something in that. It was just there was no better pick.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and I mean the instrumental was used for the In Color pilot, which, like we said, was the original intent for it. So it was meant to be instrumental. It should be instrumental.
Maybe that's. Oh, sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
Nope.
Well, no. Since I was talking about the instrumental, maybe that's a little early to get into that discussion. But there's obviously a lot of debate. You talked to a lot of the fans, and it would seem that the more preferred version is the instrumental version of this song rather than the one with the lyrics. Not that there's anything wrong with the one with the lyrics, but a lot of people seem to prefer the instrumental version, especially because they used to use it to open their shows. And again, using it for the In Color pilot and things of that nature.
Yeah, I don't have a preference, I would say. I guess it depends on the use. Like Luke putting it in for our special guest and it not having lyrics is a perfect intro. I prefer songs with lyrics. That's just me. So I like them both, I would say, equal.
for the podcast, I'd say it's great that it has lyrics because we've done 2 songs without lyrics and they were not that fun.
No, those episodes are not very good. I'm sorry to anybody that's had to suffer through them.
Go ahead.
Well, no. Would you say that some people kind of feel that when the label had them add lyrics, so they would have that single for the album, that it would be comparable to saying if they would have added lyrics to Phantasma Del Mar? Maybe people wouldn't dig that so much. Could you say that something like that?
I don't know. It's hard to say because I can listen to Sequence Erase instrumental and still really like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, and I do like Phantasma Del Mar. I just don't really dig it that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Fight Song's just short and whatever. I mean, it fills a spot on an album. But I feel like if this had been slid into the middle of the album with no lyrics, it could still be good, but it's not nearly as good as something with lyrics at the very opener. You know, this builds way too much.
Yeah, if this had been put in the middle of an album like Fight Song or like Phantasma Del Mar, I think it would be almost forgettable. Like, I don't search out Fight Song. I don't search out Phantasma Del Mar. If they come on, like, shuffle, then I'll listen to them. But it's not a song where I go, oh, Spotify, what do I want to listen to? You know, this is a song that I enjoy that I would actually go and say, I want to listen to Sequence Erase right now.
Agreed, yeah.
So
we're trying, season 3, we're going to try to stick to more of the parts of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So starting at the beginning, the intro, like there's the weird, you know, sound effects, talking in the background, all that. And then once the commander starts quietly singing, it does feel like that opening of a superhero movie or TV show, like we keep saying. But it's fun because it's like, it's almost like his epic.
Yeah.
He's introducing that things are going to happen. Now, one of our other notes straight up says the lyrics make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like Don alluded to, this was going to be an instrumental, and the label was like, no, there's no single here. Make this a single. So they kind of just threw these things in there. I still like it. I still think it makes sense in my brain, but there's no, like, objective.
I thought about this a lot today. I think there is, and we just don't get it. I think that there's something that these lyrics are based on. That you know, the commander somewhere got the inspiration for these lyrics, and it makes sense. I mean, it has to. It can't be something as simple as, oh, he just wrote it down and it rhymed and it sounded good, you know.
I wonder what kaiju film or something maybe he had in the back of his head when he was rocking the lyrics for this,
or even the plot to a superhero, to a super show style thing. You know, like this sounds like something that could be, like this could be 5 seasons of a TV show that stars the Aquabats.
Yeah,
and we just don't know what. Honestly, this could reference like Time Sprinkler.
It could, yeah. Ooh, early on.
Yeah, right. And we know that some of these ideas have been around since the very early days of the Aquabats. So there's a chance that this was Time Sprinkler or some other villain they never talked about.
Yeah. Well, kind of what you were saying about the superhero epic feel of it. I know that, you know, we got the in color video, but what would a music video, super rad kind of, you know, just regular MTV music video of this song?
Yeah, it's perfect for 8 or 9 dudes to be like, you know, set pieces of them fighting a villain and trying to stop a countdown, and you know, maybe like a shadowy figure in a lab that they finally, at the very end when it's got that sustain, they all show up at the door and it to be continued, right? Which was also a very 90s style of things.
Of course.
If you're ever out looking for Aquabats CDs, you may encounter a band called Aqua. They love doing that with their videos, with Barbie Girl and Dr. Jones. This is not an Aqua podcast. This is an Aquabats podcast, but it was very 90s of doing to be continueds and what will happen to our heroes next in their music videos. So
Dr. Jones, not to be mistaken with Professor Jones.
Yes.
Or Indiana Jones.
Honestly,
I think it's all the same guy.
As much of a ska punk kid as I am, I dig Aqua. It's bad European dance music, but I love it so much. Who doesn't love Barbie Girl?
Yeah, Luke's dancing around in his room to Barbie Girl.
I don't dance.
Sure you don't.
I mean, I skank.
As I say, we have a friend that saw you at a concert. I'm sure we can get confirmation of that.
Yeah, in Hey Homies news, I hung out with Bean over
Whoa.
our winter break, and we got to dance together at a Catbite show. And it was
Whoa.
great. Hi, Bean. Shout out.
Hey, now.
Whoa. Dang. Shout outs.
So the first verse, like that little build up is great, and then the verse starts going, and it builds into the chorus, which is something that doesn't happen a lot on Fury. Fury feels very like verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
This, I feel like their songwriting really matured, and I think that has a lot to do with who was in the band at the time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Return and Fury were guys that had been in bands that played very basic ska or punk or whatever, right? This album has more accomplished musicians.
So are you saying this is because of their experience together now on basically 2 other albums, or because I mean,
I'm saying
member wise, not much has changed.
I'm saying more, I think the songwriting, and I have no proof or research behind this. I think guys like Q, Chainsaw, I think their contributions are more noticeable in the way the songs are developed. Because if you listen to like Return, it's very basic, teenager, early 20s writing with a more of a punk rock mindset, like Crash writing things, right? And Christian's lyrics are always going to be good, but I think they're very verse chorus instead of developed. And this feels more like the music's developed. And I think that has to do with those guys having a bigger contribution, and also them having an actual label behind them saying this needs to be better.
That could be. When I was looking at the liner notes earlier, there's a lot of I mean, I know it's on almost every album, but I don't think their other 2 had this, where it had a list of like, so-and-so did this on this track and so-and-so did this on this track. And I believe this is the first album that Cameron Webb helped on.
Yeah, to me, this is more mature, and this song starts that with like, and I don't think it's just the lyrics, because the lyrics, like we kind of said, they feel like throwing together nonsense that could be great, but we don't really know why they're great. But the music itself feels like it's so much more developed and layered, and there's so much more stuff to it than we had before.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see where you're going now, and yeah, that makes total sense. I mean, they've departed from the goofy, hey, we're making fun of ska guys, to we're a real band, basically.
But I really do think it's because, and I like to put it on Q because I know how accomplished he is as a musician and as a professional performer. I think that those guys got a bigger voice. We got that treat of a story about Crash holding his bass over his head, threatening people during the backers live stream. And I think this was more diplomatic and more of a team effort rather than I wrote this is how it's going to be. I don't think that happened a lot on this album. There might be a couple examples that we'll find later in the album, but I think this is a good example of I brought this to the table and this guy brought this to the table, and this is why it succeeded.
Yeah.
I think maybe because now they had the big boy label, so they wanted to be able to, hey, we are real musicians. We're just not a bunch of goofy guys.
And Golden Voice was no joke. Golden Voice was like established, and they weren't huge. They weren't, you're not getting on like RCA or something, but this is still like, that's the next level for where they were trying to be. And after the somewhat success of Fury, like it made sense. It followed what pattern they were trying to do. This should have been a springboard into a bigger tours and bigger, opportunities, international tours, that kind of stuff. And I mean, as we know, that didn't happen. Not like they wanted it to. But I think that influences the songwriting too. I think it's time to get serious about this instead of let's write the next Super Rad.
Yeah, and the ska wave had crashed on the beach, and I think these guys, I mean, still to this day, I mean, you look at the way clubs promote them, and they always mention 1990s ska band, and that's something that they've never been able to live down. And I think that kind of stifled a lot of bands. I mean, even bands like Real Big Fish who are still out there today, I just don't think they get taken as seriously as if they were a rock band or a punk band, since they have the stigma.
There's been a lot of debate around that over the last year with the resurgence of ska. I hate saying that because ska didn't really go anywhere. When you look at the new ska bands, they're all 15 years old, right? I saw recently Half Past Two is a new ska band. They've literally been around 15 years. They're not new. They're just new to most people because they didn't know about them, right?
Yeah.
But it goes one of two ways with people that played ska in the 90s when it was big. You do the Real Big Fish thing where you're like, I'm a ska band and that's what I do. And I'm never ashamed of it because it's still good music and I still have fun with it, right? Or you go, I can't think of the best example, but the one that I always use is Goldfinger, where it was like, you made a hit with Superman or Here in Your Bedroom playing what is ska. And then you went so far away from it that you're like, I wasn't playing ska. And now that it's back, you did a cover of your own song playing ska again.
They did?
Yeah, they did. They did Superman.
Oh.
And I think they did another version of Here in Your Bedroom. I know Matt Appleton played a bunch of horns on both.
Oh.
They did it during the height of the quarantine.
Oh.
But there's also bands that just buried their ska past. They don't want to be known as a ska band. And it's fine, but you can't really ignore what you did in the past.
Didn't one of your favorite bands do something like that?
Is it Avocados?
No, his band's not hiding yet.
No, we know we're a ska band.
No, but Less Than Jake. I mean, they're more punk now.
Just wait,
I knew I'd get you. I knew I'd get you with that one.
Just wait till I start my Less Than Jake podcast someday when I have time, which will never ever happen in
my
life. All right,
don't hold your breath.
Less Than Jake has always been a punk band that bordered on ska. What I think Less Than Jake did was they kind of hit this part where it was like, well, we want to get creative, so they made more rockish songs. But I've never seen Less Than Jake change their style. They've changed some stuff, but they've always had a horn section. They've always played upstrokes. But there were times when their hit song on an album was more just a straight rock song. I don't think Chris and Roger ever said they weren't a ska band. I know Vinny never said that. But in a lot of ways, Less Than Jake and the Aquabats did the same thing. They matured. They changed their sound. They kind of changed what they were doing. But at the root of it, Ian can go out there and play upstrokes. They play their ska songs sometimes. I mean, I don't think they go a whole set without playing a ska song.
No, they especially nowadays, they've been throwing more in. So, no, that's fair. I just was wondering what your thoughts were on that. Now I've derailed the podcast and we're not talking about the song anymore.
No, but we are keeping it to the Aquabats, which is, hey, welcome to season 3. We're keeping it at least towards the band.
Yeah. People said they wanted more content, and you're getting more content. At least on this one.
Yeah. We'll see what happens in about 7 episodes when we're like, oh, we need a break again.
When we get to, Tiny Pants or whatever?
I don't even
there's somebody that really wants to be on that episode, really bad. He won't shut up about it over here.
Oh, no.
I'm kind of surprised your roommate hasn't butted in, but I'm happy with that.
He really likes the beginning of this song because you really can't understand the commander, and Mel, you really can't understand him, and he likes to go.
Well, Mel did get mad at us.
Yeah,
I don't know if Luke knows that or not.
Yes, Mel did phone in, and he was a little upset about not getting thanked for all his contributing efforts.
Oh yeah, he yelled at us.
Yeah,
he left a voicemail. I forgot about that.
He wasn't very happy. But...
After our,
I got a direct message telling me that Mel was mad.
Isn't that guy mad?
After the outro on this episode, after I tell you to go back our Patreon and whatever, stick around. I might throw a voicemail in there.
Oh, that would probably be a good idea.
Yeah. So there, we'll just start the first episode of this season talking about it. Some people don't like the mixing of this album, and I can see why. There's a lot of, in my opinion, there are some issues with the way the drums are mixed on some songs. I don't think this one's a problem. I think it sounds great. I listened to it a bunch of times today with my in-ear monitors. Usually I don't use those for listening to music, but I had them in anyway because I was recording some stuff. and I listen to the song a whole bunch, and it sounds good. I'm sure somebody out there could mix it better, but I think it sounds good. The horns are nice and high up in the mix. They sound great. All the little like background things pop out at you. It's good.
Mm-hmm. That's above my pay grade, but when you explain it like that, it makes sense.
There are some songs on this album where they could have mixed the drums a lot better where they should have been, and instead they kind of sound bad.
Well, isn't that because I mean, Dr. Rock? I mean, people seem to be of two camps there, at least from what I've seen of fans. Is like there's fans that love Dr. Rock, and then there's fans that are like he was just there. You know what I mean? So I guess what you're saying could play a lot into that. Is if his drum playing wasn't brought up in the mix and you don't hear him, then it's like, well, then what was he doing? You know what I mean?
Well, and you referenced it. They had a real producer on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like some random studio, let's just get it done, bunch of wacky guys in a studio doing
Mm-hmm.
things. Some producers will tell a drummer to like downplay what they're doing. And when you go from Travis, who was allowed to just flail his arms at whatever thing was in front of him and go crazy and have these epic drum tracks, I don't think Gabe was given that freedom.
Mm-mm.
I think Gabe was very directed to what he was doing. I would love it if Gabe came on so we could have a drummer talk. Nobody would want to sit through that. It would be like 3 hours of us just nerding out about things, but that's fine with me. Watching him play on Instagram now, he plays a much different style, but he's so talented, and his sounds, like the way he makes his kits sound, is amazing to me. He also plays old Rogers kits that sound good. They always sound good.
I was going to say, as a follow up to what I said, if you are one of those people that are of the what did he do camp, go to his Instagram. It's Gabe Palmer, and watch some of his lives or even some of his past like recorded stuff, and you'll see what he does. It may not be in the mix of this CD, super super well, but it was there, and dude can go.
Yeah, he's got some real chops. He's more of, I think what he's doing now is more jazz, more fusion, more like, he's got more of a soul beat almost to some of the stuff I see him play. Mm-hmm. You can see where the talent is. Like the guy is just full of talent. He just didn't get a shine like Travis did.
And he wasn't there very long, unfortunately.
He wasn't.
Yeah, you have a new album, and then you got a new drummer, and then so everybody's all trying to gel and find they got to find their groove again. And so maybe that's why when you're getting into the mixing and stuff, maybe they just hadn't totally found all themselves yet together.
Well, and to Don's point, how do we even know when Gabe came in? Were these songs written? Did they just say, "Here's what you're going to play"? You know what I mean? Was it one of those situations, or was he in on the writing of these songs? I mean, that's something I don't know that has really been out there much. I mean,
yeah, I'd like to know the answer.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's was the drummer when I saw them play Disneyland, and I can say they still killed it. I mean, they sound amazing live. So he is one hell of a drummer. So don't knock that guy at all.
One thing I can say about the mix, at least on this song, like I love the horns, but there's gang vocals in this, and instead of making it all cleaned up in like one big voice, you can pick out separate voices in the gang vocals. I don't think you can assign a voice to each person, but you can pick out individual voices, and it makes it way more engaging, especially in the call and response style that they're doing. It's way more engaging, and seeing it live, that just feels so good in the pit when you're yelling back and you can hear it in your head what it's supposed to sound like. It's so fun.
Yeah, because it's not like they had one person come in and record those backing vocals and then just put an echo on it. They had, excuse me, they had each guy come in and record those parts and then put them all together, which it sounds way better that way.
Yeah. I like it when bands bring everybody in all one time with like one central mic and do gang vocals, because you can hear all that rawness to it.
And somebody might go a little hair different time, and they just...
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. Me too. It's good. I like it.
Another thing I like about this, and Fury had a lot of really good guitar parts, but like we've talked to Ben a lot about guitars, Matt and Creed, and like every single one of them was like, yeah, I wrote a little bit there, I wrote a little bit here, and you can hear it in Return and Fury that there are guitar parts, but they're all guitar parts. In this, having Corey and Q, like you can hear some complex, some stuff where they probably wrote this as how can we make this sound good live, and then let's make it sound like that on the album with some cool effects and stuff. And it adds so much depth to these songs.
Well, they probably learned too just from touring. Hey, we need some guitar spots. I mean, they were kids. They were playing local shows. They, then they got big in that wave, whatever you want to call it, of ska, and actually got to go out and tour the country and be on big festivals and this and that, and probably saw other bands and they were doing some of that. So they probably incorporated some of that. And it also gives the band more of a bigger sound, I guess.
Ian talked about that when he was on with like filling space and how he likes having Corey there because it does fill space. And that's, I'm a drummer. I don't have to get any help to fill space. I mean, if I want to fill some space, I loosen up my hi-hat or I hit my ride cymbal and there's all the space I need filled up right there.
Yeah.
A guitar player, if you're playing accurately, you might have trouble filling up space. And with those two playing off of each other, it sounds so good.
I know I prefer when Corey's there, and it seems to be becoming more often, thankfully. It's probably just going to be Southern California shows. So if you're on the East Coast, sorry. Or in Washington.
You can just say anywhere that isn't Southern California, sorry for most things relating to the Aquabats.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would see maybe them coming to Utah, but outside of that, I mean, they got family here and stuff like that. They usually try to put on a good show here. I mean, they put on a good show everywhere, but it just seems like when they come to Utah, it's a little different.
They go to Boise. They'll go to Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Utah and Boise. There you go.
Boise. That's the money making leg right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Boise and Salt Lake.
Not going to Idaho.
Come on, Luke.
You're on private Idaho, buddy. Come on.
Yeah.
I love the B-52s. I'm not going to Idaho.
Is that where they're from?
No,
they just have
they're from Athens, Georgia.
Oh, I have no idea.
The B-52s are from the same town as REM.
Oh. Wait, I thought REM was from where Creed lives.
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Unless I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. I still don't have the number pulled up. Go find it on our card.
What's that Hey Homie number? What's that phone number again?
I don't know. I still don't have it pulled up.
602.
Joe's going to guess.
935.
No, I know it's not that. Let me see.
555-5555.
It's like a movie phone number, yeah. 555.
Let's see if I'm
homies.
logged in. Maybe
Probably
I'm logged
not.
in. 605-939-0232.
See, I was close. I was close.
Joe will get that by the time we cover
Charge.
Probably not by then.
Cookie Spooky, maybe.
Cookie
Spooky.
The album that comes after Cookie Spooky.
Maybe by the time we do Super Show soundtrack.
Ooh, man, I can't wait for that one.
But yeah, call us and tell me I'm wrong that REM's not from. I thought REM was from Athens, Georgia. I know that the B-52s are from Athens. No, I don't. It sounds like I do, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, I think you're right.
I'm
I think
definitely from the South because they're tin roof rusted.
Whoa.
Tin roof rusted.
No, because that REM was from whatever town Creed said he was living in, which I forget now, because everybody from REM except Michael Stipe will go play a little club.
They have all kinds of bands from Athens, Georgia. So REM and the B-52s are both from Athens.
Yeah.
Widespread Panic of Montreal.
Okay,
I don't know any of the other ones.
Yeah, I've never heard it. You lost me after the third one.
Who? Widespread Panic?
No. Who was before that?
REM, the B-52s.
You had one more after that, I thought.
Of Montreal.
Oh, well, maybe you lost me after the B-52s. I thought there was one more in there that I recognized.
Either way, back on track. Joe, we have one more note, and you need to talk about it because I don't know anything about it.
Okay, so if we don't talk about this, we're going to get yelled at.
There
will be a lot of people calling the Hey Homies hotline at 602-939 0236.
0232.
Dang, I was close. So Mega 64, who are friends with the Aquabats, they have kind of taken over this song a little bit. They use it for their show, and they have an actual video entitled "Sequence Erase." And I gave it a little bit of a watch earlier because I'd never seen it before, so I figured I should do some homework. And they got the whole premise is there's this guy. He's a mad scientist. His name is Dr. Ass, and yeah, that's his name. And he's running around. He's got this hockey glove with wires on it. It's supposed to be some power glove thing, and he can project ads into video games. So you're playing your Grand Theft Auto, and instead of going into a store or whatever, you see an ad, and these people hate that. So they put together some teams of people to go stop Dr. Ass because he wants to not only spread ads in video games, but he wants to bring them into the real world. And Sequence Erase plays underneath a lot of that.
Dr. Ass also creates bad guys by making them eat something.
Ass?
Feces. Quite a premise.
Oh, we were doing so good.
I mean, this is all fine.
I mean, come on. The guy's called Dr. Ass, and it says that they had to come together to battle him because of what he was doing, and he's making bad guys by forcing them to eat feces. It's quite a premise.
So, fun fact: the parking lot that Dr. Ass is dancing around when you first see him in that video is a plumbing supply warehouse in El Cajon, California, which is not too far from where I grew up. I recognized it as soon as it popped up. I'm like, hey, I know where that's at.
Hashtag field trip.
Yeah, exactly. You can go see the parking lot that Dr. Ass was in.
From an obscure Mega 64 thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They say they use
to the Bats.
Yeah, they say they use a lot of the Bats music. I thumbed through quite a few of their different videos that they have up on YouTube. They have quite a few up there. And I found a few here and there, but not as much as per se if you go read the wiki that they say they utilize their songs. So they seem to be a little more sporadic through, but it's there. And they talk about that they also wear their shirts and things as also a little subtle tie-in to the band as well.
I know of Mega 64 from years ago when I was kind of more into like the nerdcore scene, and they were part of that whole thing. And I knew they had some relationship to the Bats, but it's just one of those things like the world has an infinite amount of information and entertainment, and it's just one of those things that never grabbed my attention enough to care. But like most people related to the Aquabats, hey, Mega 64 guys, if you want to come on the show and talk about it, you're welcome to. We're glad to have you on.
Bring Dr. Ass with you.
Or don't. That seems like a bad idea.
I might get slammed for this, but I watched that Sequence Erase.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I did not hear Sequence Erase in the Sequence Erase episode.
It was underneath, like when I specifically noticed it when they were introducing the teams.
Yeah, I just like going through the whole thing, trying to hear it. And I knew I missed it. I had to miss it somewhere.
It's not Sequence Erase instrumental, and it's not Sequence Erase. It's like a different, just keys and beat machine kind of.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's the music. It's not what you're used to hearing. Because I pulled it up for a minute to check it out because Joe put it in the notes, and I was like, I should probably know something about this. It's in there. You can pick it out if you're paying attention, but I don't think most people would be like, that's Sequence Erase without being Aquabats fans.
Yeah.
So this is more like video game sound that they did.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is.
Okay. Yeah.
It is,
then I guess I heard it, but I was got to listen to it again. Yes.
And Sequence Erase as a chiptune song would be great.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We could put it on our Nokia phone as a ringtone.
I know.
While you're playing Snake.
Exactly. Oh. Yeah.
Tetris.
That was my favorite phone I ever had, my Nokia. Little tiny one. Before phones became like a brick in your back pocket.
I had a Motorola StarTAC.
Ooh.
Mine flipped up.
Luke
phones
was
interesting.
Luke was flexing.
Then it was all about getting really tiny phones, and then it's now, huge phones. The size
How big of a
TV.
screen can I get? Yeah.
I want a 80-inch phone.
My recent trip that I took, I was glad I had a big phone because that's how I watched my media on the plane. It didn't.
You don't watch the little TV in front of you?
No, I did. I watched Free Guy on that. That was good.
Was it?
I liked it.
If you like video games and stuff, come on, dude. It's not bad.
It was
you
good
get the humor.
It was good as far as it was like cute and fun, and I like Ryan Reynolds, and I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't a thing I would be like, that was the best movie I've ever seen. I'm going to go see it again. I'm kind of glad I didn't go to this theater to see it because I think I would have been more disappointed. But sitting on an airplane, it was great.
Yeah, it's
That
got
was like
a lot
when I
of.
watched. That was like when I watched Bill and Ted, whatever that last one was, and I watched it on a plane. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm glad I watched it on a plane and didn't pay for it.
Yeah, I watched that at home, and I could just scroll social media when I was busy not paying attention to that, whatever that was.
They,
Come on, yeah,
they tried.
yeah.
The fans
That's-
demanded it, so they rose to the occasion. We're happy
Yeah.
to do it.
I can respect the fact that they did it for the fans. That movie
Yeah.
is not good compared to the first two. As much as I loved the first two,
I haven't even ventured on Matrix yet.
I haven't either.
It's not a bad watch.
I like the new Spider-Man.
It was
Yeah,
good.
that was
Yeah,
good.
we just saw Spider-Man. It was good. This is
Welcome
what
to Hey
tune-
Homies, the
yeah.
Aquabats podcast where we talk about nothing about the Aquabats. We almost made it too.
Hey,
Almost-
we
almost
talked
there.
about the song for we're going on 40 minutes now at least.
We are.
Hey, I mean, this followed all the format here that was laid out as far as the script goes.
Yeah, we did good.
Yeah.
I even sent Don the script so
Yes.
he could follow along.
Yes,
Ooh,
I like to
I
follow
thought-
along with my
it
book.
seemed
Yes.
seemed like he was on it.
That a little pulling back the curtain there for all you Hey Homies listeners. We do, contrary to what some people might think, we actually do have an outline for every episode. Sometimes it just may only have a couple of bullet points.
Method of
Especially on
Madness.
something like Fight Song.
Yeah.
So
I think, yeah. Sequence
Don.
race.
I
Yes.
want to hear a reason why this is your favorite Aquabat song.
Ooh.
I just like the song.
That's respectable because I've been trying to rack my brain on why I actually love Play-Doh as much as I do. And I gave a bunch of reasons on the show, and I'm like, I don't think that's really like important. I think I just like this song that much.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say maybe out of all of their songs, my ultimate favorite, but I didn't realize how much I listened to the song. And I just end up liking it. I guess it's just because, like Christian and the guys growing up a geek and nerd and this and that, I love all the kaiju films, Godzilla films, and the Ultramans and the Spider-Mans, and it just has that feel of this is what you hear at the beginning of the song, or like an action superhero kind of thing. And also, as you would hear, is like the ending credits, as they have like in the In Color video. It just it works so well. I think that's just why I really dig it. And that's really about it. Just just really, I don't know. It's just one of those. It sounds really good. Just dig it.
It's good. He likes it.
It's like
Back to
Mikey.
our-
I like it.
Back to our normal theme of it's good, I like it. I do love
Yeah.
this song. It's a
I
great
do
album
too.
opener. I'm really excited that we're in season 3 because I love this song and many others on this album.
Yeah. And the cat's apparently telling me it's time to end the show. We've had people come on and talk about their favorite Aquabat song, or somebody comes on because it's their favorite Aquabat song, or Luke says, Play-Doh's his. I don't know that I have a favorite. I don't know.
Charge.
Just as everything on
Luke,
Charge.
man, every day I talk to Joe and somehow Charge comes up.
No,
Charge,
it
Charge,
does
Charge.
not.
He loves Charge. It's always about Charge. You can't wait to get to Charge.
We gotta get through myths first.
We do. I like Myths too because it's really stupid.
Joe and I were talking about possible artwork for that.
Uh-oh.
And there's a possibility of Luke and Joe in chainmail. Just saying. Hashtag
Oh.
spoiler.
Oh,
Okay.
baby.
Yay.
Just
Don,
chainmail.
Don,
Just chainmail.
Don, anything to plug?
No, listen to Hey Homies. It's a good show.
Yeah.
I heard you can find that where you find your favorite podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you didn't know,
Oh, yeah.
listeners, you can rate things on Spotify now. I found that out not too long ago.
Mhm.
Go ahead, give us 5 stars.
1,
That'd
2,
be
3,
nice.
4, 5.
If you don't like us, I mean, you can give us 1, but we would really appreciate 5.
5 out of 5.
If you don't like us and you made it this far into the series that we do and this episode, like, thanks. Because
Then you're hate listening.
yeah, that's impressive. That's more than I don't have time to
Good
do.
job.
that deserves 5
Here.
out of 5 right there.
I give you a round of applause for hate listening.
Like, I don't like Joe Rogan. That doesn't mean I sit there and hate listen to his podcast every day or whatever. That's a lot of effort. So good job if you hate us.
Exactly. So yeah, 5 stars, please. It does supposedly help the algorithm, and people get suggested our show and whatnot. So maybe because we have Aquabats somehow tied to us, if you listen to Aquabats on Spotify, this will get suggested to you. I don't know.
Your friends and family. 5 stars. Listen.
Ooh, friends and family.
Tell strangers. I did that. Actually, here's a quick story before we.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm gonna
Candy pie.
the first episode of this series.
Nice.
This season. So when I was at that show in DC, there was a little kid there it was like, I don't know, he was like 7, and he was wearing the Little Bat Kick shirt, the new one, and Bean had on an Aquabat shirt, and they were like, "Hey, Aquabats!" So after the opener, the very first opener, I went over and I was like, "Hey, do you like the Aquabats?" Because I'm a dumb person, and a kid wearing an Aquabats shirt, of course he likes the Aquabats. And he was like, "Yeah," and his dad was trying to get him to talk to me because I guess I don't know, I'm not big, but I'm scary to children. So I tried to get him to like tell me his favorite album or his favorite song or whatever, and he wouldn't talk to me at all. But I gave him a couple of "Hey Homie" stickers, and I was like, "Yo, nice. You're awesome." And then another guy in the middle of Catbite's set turned around from the front and saw Bean dancing in her Aquabat shirt and was like, "The Aquabats." I gave him some stickers too. So if either of you guys are listening, hi. It was nice. I
thought you were gonna DC. Say the guy turned around and went, "Luke from Hey Homies."
No, I am not famous enough for that. Bean, everybody came over and told Bean how great her dancing was, and I was like, I was dancing too.
Man,
Bean was much more engaged than I was. I bop Bean dances.
Yeah, well, you're like half Bean's age.
Do you know how fractions work?
Yeah,
I'm half Bean's age.
You know what I mean. She's half your age.
We learned our lesson in season 1 to not do math in public, and Joe just did math in public on episode 1 of season 3.
No, I just misspoke.
Hashtag fail.
Yep.
Either way,
Joe's a giant fail whale.
If you look up the definition of great in the dictionary, Bean is there.
Ooh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
See, everybody agrees.
We're doing good.
Welcome to season 3. Welcome to Floating Eye of Death.
Yeah. They promise to stay on topic. They do. They promise.
We tried. We tried so
hard.
We
did good.
We did. We did well. Superman does good.
This is some pretty hardcore.
You know what we don't have in our notes is an outro.
We don't, but I already asked Don. Don doesn't have anything to plug except "Hey Homies."
Oh, okay. So you're just going to make the outro up on the fly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch the mouse when he's on tiny pants. Now why is he talking about tiny pants?
We made it like 50 minutes without Mel coming in, and he took over the mic.
Mouse is in the microphone.
Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you guys later.
Peace out.
Why was the captain?